What's up, brothers and sisters? It's your brother G World 7_D here at the track. It's not real cold. It's foggy. But I'm out here in the track running. Where is that? When I finish my run, I'm doing my walking now. I want to say Happy New Year to all people. You know, even though in many instances, excuse me, in many instances, in the ancient world, was it the 20th or the 21st of March is really, quote, so-called New Year, because that's really the true, rebirth of the sun. But I want to probably elaborate more on the whole Akon thing, because it really needs to be talked about how we as Aboriginal Black Americans need to be really weary even of foreign blacks. Not all, but a lot of them. A lot of them are defeated. A lot of them have really been mentally conquered. Yes, some Negroes here like that, but in a lot of those lands, those countries, man, they've been really mentally defeated and conquered. And they will work with white folks and other people to take down black people. That's how self-hating sick that is. But a lot of them are like that, man. That's why we cannot depend on others. We need to depend on ourselves. We need to look out for ourselves. We need to love ourselves, man. On my Roku device with the YouTube, I keep getting this mess called passport bros. And, it's sad because black people should have a passport. I'm not against that, but you just going over there supposedly seeking a wife with a passport, and then the instance that I see some of this one Filipino lady trashing black women, American women, but particularly black women, talking about you women no good. I mean, brother, how can you allow that? It's like some of these little stupid, like Cynthia G, allow some white man to come on the show trashing brothers, man. That doesn't make any sense, man. Why would you do that? That makes no sense, man. But this is a deep level of self-hate, and then some of people, have been taught to worship Africa. We've been conditioned. We go through the schooling system, and we've been taught to worship Africa. Africa this, Africa that, and that's been a problem. And you get people, a lot of these Africans who've been slick talking black Americans, man. See, I know our true history, and I know that we're not the same. I mean, we have some form of linkage, but we're not the same. And we have our own unique history here that goes beyond 500 years. And then we should not allow foreigners to dictate and tell us who we are. We should never allow that. So when I hear certain things, somehow black Americans have no culture, we don't know who we are, and all this Akata mess and Jareer nonsense, that's a deep level of self-hate on them, man. And it's an envy that they have for us and who we are and what we've accomplished under so much adverse circumstances. We've done it. And so to go around and trash and brag about themselves, man, it's a deep level of self-hate a lot of them have, man. So they have been really, like I said, defeated and conquered. You get some of them Negroes are talking about, okay, they want to embrace their blackness, but then they sleeping with a white man or woman. Get the hell up out of here. That's a joke in itself, man. I think black Americans, Aboriginal black Americans, number one, you're not African. Negroes want to call themselves African, supposedly go back to Africa. You got one Negro on the channel called Go Back to Africa. Go back where? We're from here. But if he wants to go back, he's over there fine, but I don't think you need to brainwash our people here, man. We need to focus on here and building with our people here. And then we can form alliances of black people who are on the same code, same page. But some of these Negroes, man, their main thing is they want the closeness and the proximity to whiteness. And it's sick. It really is sick, man. I think in Africa, the South Africans can relate to us because they've gone through apartheid and they're still going through that mess with the white folks. But a lot of them other Negroes over there, man, they can't relate to us. And then I don't like when they sit there trying to tell us our history, man, which is wrong. And I'm not saying every one of them, but it's just too many who are cooning and who are not on the same page with us, man. And the mess that Akon said was despicable. And he made his money off of our history and our greatness, man. But not only that, not the other day I mentioned how these fools try to claim certain musical genres that we invented here. Now these clowns, if they can't acknowledge the fact, or they can't prove the fact, which they can't, that these different genres that we created here wasn't created by them, they'll try to say that, well, Africans or Caribbeans would have created it, if they had the chance. Are you serious, man? Let's just tell you, some of these individuals have a disdain, distaste, hatred for us. And it's a deep-seated jealousy, man. Deep-seated jealousy. I wonder if Lovely T, I Am Alejo, Queen Choma, who those are African women, I believe they're all Nigerian, that American chick Juicy, that New Possibility clown, those are two Americans, are actually going to talk about this issue with Akon said. I doubt it, because those two, well, I know that New Possibility clown is a Pan-African, and he dissed Elijah Muhammad, man. I mean, the dude's talking about Elijah Muhammad, was he a coon? Are you serious? But this is what's expected from a Negro who works with the NAACP. An organization still calling itself Colored, a joke-ass organization that was started by white Jewish people and black people. And most of the Negroes are light-skinned. They didn't really have many dark-skinned people around. Man, please get the hell up out of here, man. These are the type of Negroes that need to go away. But unfortunately, some of our people, they're looking for information. They're listening to these bozos, man. And there's many of them on YouTube, man. There's many of them on YouTube. Like I said, I can't stand that chick Juicy because she doesn't know what the hell she's talking about. The same thing, that New Possibilities clown. I go down the line, that Pan-African Strikes Back, that Dynasty Amir, he's an idiot. Then he gonna make a statement, well, Akon wasn't totally wrong, Black Americans dominated until 2010. Are you serious, dude? You had so many great black entertainers, performers in the past that were exceptional, man. Now you had the James Brown and his different bands they went to, the Famous Flames and the Fred Wesley and the, Maceo and the Marks and Fred Wesley and the JBs. He had the many different bands, Little Richard and his band, which became the Famous Flames with James Brown. You obviously had Fats Domino, and I'm focusing on the 50s and 60s, man. You had the Friends of Distinction. You had the obvious Ohio Players, great performers, Kool and the Gang, the original Kool and Gang when it was like funk, jazz, man. You had Funkadelic. They was high and getting down. The Parliaments, which before that they became Funkadelic and the Parliament Funkadelic, combining the two. Man, you obviously had Sam Cooke, great performer, man. Otis Redding, the Bar-Kays, man, from Stax Records, Isaac Hayes. Oh man, please. The Soul Children, all those damn people. See, like I said, I grew up in that. My father went to Tennessee A&I, which is not Tennessee State, which is in Nashville. And he went to that particular school, and he knew where he met a lot of those artists, man. Rufus Thomas, man, brilliant. Rufus Thomas is a great performer, man. The Funky Chicken, the Memphis Train. Man, to sit there and insult our community, man, is a joke. And these artists are known worldwide. Hell, Bobby Rush, ass is damn near 90, still doing it, man. I ain't studying you. He's still doing it. All those great damn black brothers. Sly and the Family Stone, brilliant. Brilliant, the Dells. the dramatics, the delphonics. You can go back to jazz, man. You got Ornetta Coleman, man. The John Coltrane, Sun Ra, which I believe Parliament got a lot of their stuff from their antics from. Thelonious Monk, great bassist and pianist, man. Man, that Thelonious Monk was bad, boy. You talking about a bad brother. Thelonious Monk. Man, he's bad. We have so many great Aboriginal black American entertainers, man. Duke Ellington, Cab Calloway. Great entertainers, man. Great musicians. Great musicians, the way they structured music. That's so great about jazz. Black people here created jazz. The black Moors created classical music. But the black people here created jazz, man. That great sound out of the Louisiana area, man. It developed there with Buddy Bolton and all them brothers, man. I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, you have to study your history, your true history. Don't let these clowns try to steal your history. Like I said, I'm hearing that Caribbeans and Africans created jazz. But get the hell up out of here. Jazz is uniquely American. Aboriginal black American. Period. All that stuff is ours. But when you don't know your history, some of these younger blacks don't know because they've been, even some of these older blacks, they've been so conditioned to worship Africa and to hate themselves, man. And I'm not saying hate Africa, but I think we need to just worry about ourselves first. And brothers and sisters we can combine with, work with, fine. But it's too much cooning going over there, man. It's too much cooning going over in Africa. So we can't sit there and try to work with individuals who have a disdain for us, man. So, but you get a lot of brothers and sisters who really don't know anything and who really limited knowledge about our history. But man, I'm saying Junior Walker, the all-stars, man. Edwin Starr. Whoa, 25 miles. Man, I'm telling you, we had so many great black Aboriginal entertainers here. And I'm just scratching the surface, man. Stevie Wonder, man. The Four Tops, the banging ass Temptations, man. There's so many of our people, man. Johnny Nash, the late Johnny Nash, man, who just recently passed not that long ago. So many great Joe Tex. All these damn brothers and sisters, man. All these brothers and sisters, man. Freaking Aretha Franklin, Mahalia Jackson, Patti LaBelle, the LaBelles, all these great entertainers, man. And to sit there and say our people don't know how to put on a show, or our people just get up there and smoke weed and everything, be high, that's a damn lie. Like I said, Parliament was high as hell, but they still do a jam, man. Listen to that first album, not Parliament, Funkadelic. Listen to that first album. What is a Funkadelic? That is banging, man. And them dudes high as hell in the studio. La 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 la. La 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 la. What is soul? I don't know. Soul is a ring around your toilet. What is soul? I don't know. Man, please. Brothers and sisters, man, do not let these clowns steal your history. But then they hate you. But then when it's come time to take credit for it, these fools want to take credit. Oh, we black. We all black. That's black culture. No, that's black Aboriginal culture. Black Aboriginal American culture. It's ours. It's our culture. Jimi Hendrix. I can't forget about Jimi Hendrix. It was particularly when he did a band of gypsies, man. The original band of gypsies and the studio recording, well, not the studio recording, the live recording album. I want to say the Fillmore East. Or the Fillmore East or Fillmore West. Somebody may know that. I believe it was the Fillmore. I have the damn album, though. That was one of them. He jammed in Voodoo Soup, his album, man. Electric Ladyland. Are You Experienced, man? Axis Bold as Love. Man, our people, the Isley Brothers, I can't forget about the Isley Brothers. And, man, they were banging back in the 60s and the 70s, man. Damn Isley Brothers, Take Inventory, man. All them great songs, man. For some idiot who really, obviously, a lot of these clowns don't know our true history. And unfortunately, some of us don't know it enough and not well versed to interpret it and to explain it. You got some Negroes who brag about their degrees and everything, but they dumb as rocks. There's plenty of them on YouTube doing that, man. So that's why I think brothers and sisters, we need to focus on ourselves. I may have some disagreements with like Dan Calloway, some of the stuff he says, but he's on point, man, about us being already here. And people tell you that he doesn't know what the hell he's talking about us being here. I mean, I had some disagreements, but we were already here, all right? And I think a lot of us need to stop that mess, man. All right. I really think that we really need to truly study, get a deep study in our history. I've always said that numerous times. I've constantly said that over and over again, that we really need to truly study our history here, our culture here, because we're allowing people to hijack our culture. I mean, look, they did some kind of movie with a white dude playing Michael Jackson. Get real. And let me tell you something. Akon talking to jazz. I want to mention this. Man, the Jackson 5, them was some little boys, man. Outshine his ass and all them African dudes he named, man. Jackson 5 was bad. Tito won that damn guitar, man. And Tito he was a great guitar player, man. You should listen, you can go listen to him playing, I think he was Walk On By, the guitar riff in concerts back in the late 60s, 69 or 70. Man, that dude tore that guitar up. And then they did a verse, I Bet You, by Funkadelic, and he did it in concert, man. That dude tore that guitar riff up. Tito could actually play the guitar, man. People don't know how bad he was on that guitar, man. Tito Jackson play that damn guitar. He can play the guitar, man. So our entertainers here are second to none. I know that, and I know better. I said, my family, my grandmother used to play the piano all the time. My father's mother, she used to play that piano, man. And she used to rip it up. She could entertain us in the house, man. I remember as a little kid, she played that piano, man. I had so much talent in my family, man. So many educators in my family. So I know, like I always say, I have access to certain information a lot of people didn't have. That's why I know that we've been lied to about our history, because there wasn't that many damn slaves brought over here. So you got to stop harping on you just brought over slaves. Because when you say that, they get this mindset as if they're superior to you because you come from, quote, a lesser class, and you as a lesser class were shipped over here, which is nonsense. Let me tell you something, man. That number, W.B. Du Bois would try to say, 60 million slaves came in here, which is a lie. Then the fool tried to say 20 million slaves, that's a lie. Then they dropped it down to 12 million. Then they dropped it down, I think, to 9 million. Over here in America, it's supposed to be 300-something thousand, but then it dropped down to 100-something thousand. Then it dropped down to 92,000. And I don't believe it's even that much, man. From my studies, there's not no 92,000 slaves brought here for no damn African, man. That's a lie. Really, that's a lie. You go check the numbers are very low. Extremely low. You're like, so what the hell are these so-called slaves? What they did was they took the Aboriginal blacks here and the various different tribes, and the Negroes were just warring with each other here, and then reclassified them as something else, as a way to make them think they're from somewhere else, as a way to steal their land, because of people knew about ancient America, how there's a bunch of gold here, paved highways, gold paved streets, all that stuff, man. It was all here in the ancient Americas. Various different monuments and structures. A lot of that stuff is buried under deep forest. So like I said, I'm going to eventually talk about Copan and Takao. That was here in the Americas, man. I'm going to talk about, and I'm going to explain how the so-called Mayan was the old civilization, and Egypt came after it, all right? And then the reason you had the temple of Maya dedicated over Egypt, because they were honoring the ancestors or the high priest coming from the other land over to the, quote, land of Egypt. And they had the tomb dedicated to it, and the Maya dressed up as the Egyptian. Sometimes they'll capture white slaves over they'll have white slaves over in North Africa and bring them over to the Americas, and that's when they sacrificed them. They're not teaching that, man. They're burying the history of blacks in America. They're really burying it, man. But the information's there, but you gotta really seek it. That's why I laugh a lot of those goofy ass, self-hating Africans and some Caribbeans who really should know better. Who want to tell us our history. A lot of them don't know their true history. But they definitely don't know our true history. And unfortunately, many of us don't know our true history because you hear some of these Negroes who claim to be educated, and they're very ignorant, man. Telling you that you're just a slave from Africa, man. These bastards have really buried your true history. They really buried your true history, but it's for you and all so-called black people to go seek it, reclaim it. Every single so-called Indian tribe, the ones who were here, these white bastards and hijacked the indigenous blacks. Unfortunately, some of these black folks adopted a lot of these non-black into their tribes. Some of them allowed them to mix in with them and to fought other tribes because they want their land and their resources. And they end up flipping the script on them Negroes later on when you get those, quote, mulattoes ruling the tribe. And then these $5 white folks came in. I'm telling you, man, there's so much information about our histories out there, but you got to seek it. You got to want to see it. You got to want to know it. You got to want to grab it. You got to want to grasp it. It's out there. So the crap that Akon said is very disrespectful. The way he spoke is that we a bunch of dumb niggas with no history. All we do is smoke weed, and we are just some descendants of some African slaves. But then you want us to go back to the land that we're not from to help build it up. Man, get the hell up out of here. Get the hell up out of here, man. Excuse me, my nose is a little stuffed up out here. But I'm telling you, man, don't allow them fools to do that. Know your true history. Learn your true history, man. I think brothers and sisters need to call out that I am Leo chick and ask her why she didn't speak on the shooting in Buffalo. Why she's quiet on Akon. Same thing for that lovely T. Y'all niggas need to stop supporting them, man. Individuals who really don't like you, all they do is talk about the dysfunctionalism in the Aboriginal Black American community. When a lot of people doing this aren't even us, man. So, and this is not an attack on all foreign blacks, so all of them don't get down like that, but there's too many to do that. There's too many who've been cooning. Too many been cooning, man. Too many been cooning. So, I want you to take pride in who you are. And realize you have a deep, strong, and rich history. Not let clowns like Akon get away from saying the mess he's been saying. Because he's been saying, talking that slick stuff for years, man. Talking to Vlad, telling black folks that need to get over slavery. Tell the Jews to get over the Holocaust. Hey, Vlad, old Russian Jew ass. Tell them to get over the Holocaust. Come on, tell them to get over the Holocaust. And they'll freak out. So how dare he has that damn Senegalese coon on there telling us that we need to get over slavery. What an idiot, man. But you have a lot of them who think that way. You have a lot of so-called Africans who think that way. And see, Umar Johnson's not going to address that. He's going to ignore that and attack the people who've been basically supporting him, which as soon as if that nigga ever gets his schools up, don't support that mess. He's gonna miseducate you, claiming that you just an African slave, you come from Africa, make comments about pretending, like I said the other day. That jackass, man, don't support his school, because he don't know what the hell he talking about when it comes to history. He's an idiot, man. He got things wrong just like most of your black historians got it wrong. He has things wrong. Damn near everything that fool says is wrong, man. I can't stand listening to that clown. All right, brothers and sisters, man. Peace.